just like the name of our show, Juiced, football definitely juiced this week. Playoffs, Black Monday, big name coaches getting fired. We're here. We're going to bring it to you now. It's the Juice Football Talk Show, and it starts now. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Juice Football Talk Show. Kenny K here. Happy New Year, everybody. New Year's, everybody. The first show of 2026. But no, I'm not alone. I brought a friend of mine, a special guest this evening. Let's welcome him to the stage. JODY Moncrief from the Denver Bronco Roundup. Claps for you, JODY. As you all know, we like to clap it on the Broncos, the Denver Bronco Roundup. So let's get the claps in, and congratulations on the 1 seed, JODY. And thank you for being my guest tonight.
Yeah, no problem. I'm excited for the next couple weeks. I'm excited to see who we're going to find out who we play this week. Hopefully we get a few things corrected, and this is the year. I mean, the AFC is wide open. Why not Denver?
Absolutely. And let's get our first comment of 2026. Let's welcome Adam and Kayla. Congratulations on being the first comment of 2026 on the Juice. What's up, family? Let's get it going. Lots going down in the NFL. NFL, college football semifinals is here. New Year's we had last week, JODY, but I want to get started. I want two things from you. We're going to start with a regular New Year's resolution, and then I want a Broncos resolution from you. And I'll give you one for my Giants since I'm a Giants fan. But I'll do my New Year's first real quick. I'm going to eat a little healthier. I live near the Chesapeake Bay. We got a lot of fresh seafood here. I'm going to start eating more seafood, fresh seafood, not only crabs, oysters, fresh fish. Not going to become a pescatarian, but I'm going to eat a lot more on the seafood side there. Eat more healthy. And my plan is to run at least 1 to 2 5K, 10K races this year.
Paul's got you hooked, huh?
Yes, he does.
Awesome. For me, it's I was going to do the same thing you, just eat a little bit healthier, getting a little better shape. Got 2 kids here, so be around as long as I can for them.
Absolutely. And let's say hello to Clayton. Clayton saying, hey, guys, smash that like button and share. Thanks, Clayton. Definitely able to talk Broncos. You could talk any NFL team you'd like to know about in tonight's show, the Juice, college football, anything football related, anything out and you want to get out of your mind. New Year's resolutions. We're here. We're going to talk about it. Little twist here. I'm going to give you a New York Giants resolution, and then I want a Broncos resolution from you. My team, total opposite sides than the Broncos. So 4-13. My Giants resolution is I am going to trust Joe Shane and accept whatever coach he decides. I'm going to get to it in a few minutes. Whatever coach he decides to go with, I am going to accept it. I am going to believe that this team could be this team Giants team next year could be the New England Patriots in 2025. There's my New York Giants resolution. You got a Broncos resolution? And then we'll get into the main part of our show.
That I'm gonna trust the process with Sean Payton. We're 14-3, and if that means Bo Nix throw the ball 40 times, 50 times, I guess laser show it is, so be it. I'm going to trust the process. I guess we don't need a run game.
Absolutely. And that's a good resolution. I like that. Let's get into the show, Jody. Way we start the juice. Again, I'm a Giants fan, Broncos fan. You're my guest tonight. Always let the Broncos go first. They've had the better record. So we'd like to start the show off with a Broncos short recap. And then I got a topic for you after your recap. I want to know, since you have the one seed and a bye, home field advantage, one thing you're excited about headed into the playoffs and one thing you're concerned about. So short recap, and then you can answer those two. Something you're excited about and one thing you're concerned about.
One thing I'm excited for, I got kind of two. We're playing at home. I'm excited for that. The first home game in 10 years. I was at a game this year. The stadium's loud, and I think it's going to be a real advantage for us. I'm also excited because I think we're going to get J.K. Dobbins back, and I think that possibly could be division round, if not AFC title game. So I'm excited for that. And see what that does with Sean Payton. It forced his hand to run the ball a little more. So I'm excited for those two things. One thing I'm not excited for, and it goes back to the run game. We don't run the ball very well. We don't commit to it. We are forcing the ball with the wrong guy right now. I mean, Doyle's averaging 5.1 on the season. I wish he would commit. I mean, I don't care about favorites now. I wish he'd commit to 20 to 25 carries with him and see where that gets us.
Yeah. If I was answering, I'd love those, Jody. Those are two good ones. Let me give you something I'm excited about as a guy who helps and covers the Broncos and has been watching the Broncos a lot this year. I'm excited. There's no Joe Burrow in the playoffs. I'm excited. There's no Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. And I'm excited. There's no Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. Okay. Still got Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, but I'll deal with them. You can't get rid of them all. You get rid of three of probably the best quarterbacks in the AFC and don't have to face any of them in the playoffs. I'm excited about that. Also excited, no Jamar Chase, no Myles Garrett. So, things are looking good there for the Broncos. They get to avoid some of those big names. One thing I am concerned about, I need to see somebody step up. I'm concerned about Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims. Neither one of them two have become the number 2 wide receiver. Pat Bryant, maybe he steps up a little more, but I'm just happy to see Pat Bryant on the field. But Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims have me a little concerned that there's nobody after Sutton for Knicks to go to on a consistent basis. We got Captain coming in saying playoffs. Yep, we got playoffs all around here, Captain. Throw in some questions. Jody and I will answer them. It doesn't just have to be Broncos. We can answer anything you'd like to know in the world of football, my friend. And thank you for hanging out with us tonight. So you got the 1 seed. You excited about the bye? I love that, Jody. And we're gonna see. The recap real quick. Me and you were on the same page on the Denver Bronco roundup. So, love that we're not going to have much to debate here. So it'll be a short recap. The Broncos didn't show anything. They didn't have to show anything, in my opinion. And in your opinion, I'll let you answer. I'll let you answer as well. But very vanilla. Sean Payton's playbook is this and 3 other pages. You only use 10 plays. Wait 2 weeks from now, you may have to face those Chargers again. You're going to see a completely different offense. I'm bold predicting right now at least 28 points, no matter who they face on the board from the offense. There ain't going to be nothing vanilla about it. Playoffs now, he's going to open up that playbook and use play 99 and 100 on that playbook instead of using only the top 5 plays on that playbook. Don't be concerned. A lot of people are concerned about the offense. Defense is what's gotten you here. Defense is what's going to get you to the Super Bowl. Defense is what's going to win you the Super Bowl. That's all right. My opinion. I'm going to let Jody do his recap. He's the Bronco fan, but I know we were both on the same page with the vanilla offense and not concerned.
Yeah, I totally agree. Once we got that pick six and went up 10-0 very early in that game, and after the first few drives of Lance just not being able to throw the ball, not being able to do anything, you could tell Sean Payton said, "Okay, I don't have to do anything. We can just basically run clock and get out of here. They're not going to score points." And and it played out that way. 10 points was enough, and like you said, I'm not showing LA nothing. We've played them twice this year. We play them twice a year every year. Why show them anything that Harbaugh can keep in the back of his mind? So, um, if we happen to get them in the divisional round, I think Sean Payton is going to take this one personal because his record versus Jim Harbaugh is not good, and I think this is one where he would like to say, "I don't care about the record. The one important win was in the divisional round."
Yeah. Let's say Captain was saying it's got to be Franklin, what he's concerned about. And let's say hello to our good friend Phil McLaughlin. I'll give you some claps, Phil. It's the juice. Oh, and one thing we didn't do, since you are giving us 50 stars, he's excited to see me and the judge. And he's worried about Trevor and Keith not on the show, laughing out loud. Nah, it's all good. All good, Phil. We found that shows like this, we like having just two people on screen as opposed to four. We get more on the agenda. We get to talk more and we get to engage more in our audience. So that's why you see two of us here. Probably will see mostly two of us here on the juice. But one thing I totally forgot, because we had a couple weeks off, always like to cheers everybody with a different juice each week we go on. Tonight I got a little blueberry smoothie, little blue machine it's called. Little blueberry mixed with some other fruit juices. So, Phil, thank you for the stars. Captain, Clayton, everybody, Kayla, Adam and Kayla, thank you for watching. And cheers, everybody, and juice it up. And what's your juice over there, Jody?
Some blue Gatorade.
Nice. But we all got the blue. We're on the blue. And speaking of blue, because Broncos blue, Giants blue. We're going to get into the Giants real quick. And short recap on the Giants. The Giants had a chance to get the number 1 pick with a loss to the Cowboys and Raiders winning. Well, the Raiders beat the Chiefs, but the Cowboys lost to the Giants. So the Giants ended up winning and dropping from number 1 pick all the way down to number 5. A lot of podcasters, a lot of media, meaningless game. Nonsense. Nonsense. It was not meaningless for Jackson Dart, who you're trying to make your franchise quarterback. It was not meaningless for Wan'Dale Robinson and other guys that are going to be free agents. Tyrone Tracy, who rushed for 1,000 yards, is it meaningless for him? Nonsense. I don't believe in tanking. Never will. If we would have lost to the Raiders, Jody, or the Cowboys, everybody, maybe including myself, would be questioning if Jackson Dart's the quarterback. Now I don't have to worry about that. We pick at number 5. You're going to see 2 quarterbacks off the board before you pick. That means you're getting, once again this year, one of the 3 best players in the draft, position players. I'm okay with it. That's my recap on it. I'm not going to go into details on a 4-13 team, too much on a recap. Cowboys played a lot of their bench players. The Giants went for the win. Nothing wrong with that. What I do want to talk about is the head coach search, Jody. Black Monday came upon us, and we saw a couple names emerge. Kevin Stefanski, the hot name. Pete Carroll was fired. Some other guys. But Kevin Stefanski was the big name out there on the betting sites as the favorite. Until a couple hours ago, Ravens part ways with Mr. John Harbaugh. And now he emerges as the top candidate. I am all in. I'm putting all my chips in. I'm going to New York City and one of the fancy steakhouses, getting them in there, going to Peter Luger's, and we're going to give Peter Luger's a cheap plug here, not a sponsor. Peter Luger's in New York City. They're going to take him out for a tomahawk steak dinner. Enough with the crab cakes in Baltimore. We'll show you how we really eat here in New Jersey and New York City. come on, John. And my selling point is, you want to go see your brother in the Super Bowl again and get revenge? Come here, because we may see the Chargers in a couple of years. So let's go. Come to New York, John. I'm all in for it, Jody. What are your thoughts on the Giants head coach search?
I would be all in on Kevin Stefanski. He's a 2-time coach of the year. He knows how to run offense. That is exactly what you need with a young quarterback. The only thing would be is how does he feel about Jackson Dart? Because if he's not sold on Dart, then there's really no point in bringing him in, because you've seen how that kind of played out in Cleveland. He was not sold on Sanders, didn't like Sanders, and it was kind of forced to him. So if whoever you bring in, you want them pretty high on Jackson Dart. So, but that's where I would start. I mean, build around your offensive pieces. I mean, you've got an all-pro left tackle. You've got a young upcoming running back. You've got a young upcoming quarterback, and when healthy, you've probably got a top 5 wide receiver. So there's a lot of pieces there to work with.
Let's get that. Well said, Jody. Well said. Let's get a couple comments in. Adam and Kayla are saying this sounds like a great drink. The Blue Machine smoothie. Get them at the supermarkets. Does have a little vegetable juice in there, but you don't taste the vegetables. This one has beet juice in there, but don't let that scare you, because you don't taste any beet. Taste the blueberry and the strawberries in there. You taste everything else. I'm going to get to Phil's general question in a second. Keith came in with one right above him. He goes, I'm thinking Dion to Cleveland. Thoughts? That would be a circus over there, in my opinion, if that happened. What do you think, Jody?
Yeah, I don't think that would be a good idea, especially if Jimmy Haslam has thoughts of forcing this next head coach to want to play Deshaun Watson. I mean, he's still costing you big money and stuff. So, I mean, I can't see. I mean, and I don't know how they feel. I mean, they did draft Dylan Gabriel higher than Sanders, so I don't know how they feel about him. And if Sanders comes in, you might as well just part ways with Deshaun Watson and get rid of Gabriel and go all in there. So I don't think they want that circus.
Yeah, I agree with you. Let's get to Phil. Phil coming in again with 100 more stars. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate all the support here on the Juice. The general question: do you think the Raiders gave Pete a fair chance? Were you surprised that Harbaugh? I think he's talking about firing a Harbaugh. Yes, I was a little surprised, but not 100% surprised at Harbaugh. I thought they would have tried to put him on the trade block like Sean Payton. The Broncos traded for Sean Payton. I thought they maybe would have went that route, because there would have been a team that would have been offering some incentives for Harbaugh, in my opinion, Jody. And no, I don't think they gave Pete Carroll a fair chance. When you got Geno Smith as your quarterback, Brock Bowers is hurt half the year, offensive line terrible. I don't think they gave him a fair chance, in my opinion, and I think they should have given him a second year, in my opinion. But I could see that they were so bad. They're going to get a new quarterback. I could see why they moved on from him. But what are your thoughts on that, Jody?
I'm not really sure what the Raiders' expectation was when they brought in Pete Carroll. I mean, he's 70. What's he? 73 years old. So I mean, if they thought the Raiders were in win now mode, I mean, they were really fooling themselves. I will say the Geno that played in Seattle the last couple of years is not what you got in LA or in Vegas. I mean, Geno was bad this year. Yeah. So that didn't help. But I think it all started bad from the beginning when, they went out and paid big money to hire Chip Kelly as OC. I think that's really where it started bad.
Right.
So, and I don't know what the Raiders are even doing. I mean, you're paying 3 fired head coaches and you're about to hire a 4th. I mean, it's pretty well known that Mark Davis, although he may be rich, he's uh, money poor, if that makes sense. He doesn't have a lot of cash on hand. So, I mean, paying 4 head coaches at one time that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little nuts. Is right.
And then John Harbaugh, I'm not surprised. I kind of had the feeling for a while. This reminded me a lot of the Mike Shanahan towards the end with Denver.
Andy Reid with Eagles. Same thing.
It just got stale. I mean, they're good head coaches. I mean, Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland. I mean, that's a 2-time coach of the year that you're moving on from. Things just got stale there. He needs new scenery. And if reports are true that it came down to, I mean, Harbaugh wanted Monkins to stay and they wanted him to fire Monkins. Wherever he goes, maybe Todd Monkins follows along. But I mean, it just ran its course. Just the same with Bill Belichick. It ran its course, and once you're at the highest of high for so long, and you take that dip just for a little bit, it's but it's hard to stay there, or hard to get back there.
I agree. Real quick, Keith's prediction on the Giants head coach is Cliff Kingsbury. I'm not excited about that one, Keith. I got to be honest. Yeah, he brings offense, but I don't think he'd preach defense at all. And he couldn't do anything without Jaden Daniels in there. I mean, Mariota is one of the better backup quarterbacks in the league, and we saw how bad the Commanders were this year. Keith also wants to know, could we see Harbaugh's in the AFC West?
Yeah, that was my first thing when I seen it is go anywhere you want, but don't come. I don't want him in Vegas. That's somebody I think that Tom Brady is going to be is going to draw interest in right away, and he's a winner. He's a Super Bowl winner, and I think that's something that he can turn around there pretty quick. Because if you look at their roster, I don't think it's not the greatest, but you have core pieces. You've got a Pro Bowl left tackle in Colton Miller. You have an elite tight end. You have a up and coming rookie quarterback. You're probably going to draft Fernando Mendoza, so you're going to have a up and coming rookie quarterback, and you got a pass rusher on the other side. I mean, you got a lot of key pieces at the right spot. So as a Broncos fan, I hate to say that, but they're not as far off if you really look at it that way. You don't have to go get certain pieces. You've got the certain big pieces already there. So,
oh yeah, no, that's well said. Want to say hello to our good friend Patrick Aloha in Hawaii. Patrick Wiltsey saying he's got a question for us, a Bronco question. He's saying, is our Broncos anemic offense the last 2 games? Is Peyton playing his cards close to the vest, Joey?
I think both games, were totally different. Denver, I think they had 4 8+ minute drives in Kansas City. I mean, that's big time. And if they can do that in the playoffs, they have a really good chance, especially with this D. And I mean, they put up over 300 yards. I mean, I think they did a lot of things well, other than I don't know since the Packers game, getting in the red zone and kicking field goals, that's got to change.
Yeah.
And then like we said last week, I think once they went up 10 right away and they found out pretty quick, or Sean Payton came to the conclusion that Trey Lance isn't doing anything today. He just, like you said, ripped up 90% of his play sheet and said, here's the 4 or 5 plays we're going to run, and
we don't need to show
that's good enough. We don't need to do anything.
This team in 2 weeks.
And I think when PJ Locke was bad enough, because he's already in there for a hurt Brandon Jones, and then when he's seen, his starting center, his backup center go down, and then his All-Pro left tackle, I think he said, just get me the hell out of this game, and that's it. I don't care about nothing else. I need these guys healthy.
Yep. Phil was saying wild card for Harbaugh is Green Bay. That's an interesting one there, Phil. And curious, that could be a surprise firing if they get beat bad by Chicago in the playoffs. But don't be surprised if LaFleur is let go.
Can I throw out a name that no one's talking about that I think is going to get interest?
Yeah.
And see if you're interested. Are you interested in Mike McCarthy?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I think it's someone just because he didn't coach last year that people are forgetting about. But I mean, if you go compare him to just say Sean Payton, they both won a Super Bowl. They're like just a little over 600 win percentage. I mean, is he an elite head coach? No, but I think he's a top. I mean, he's wins.
I'm for the Giants. Yes, I'm all in on McCarthy. Not all in, but I would not be against Mike McCarthy. Like you just said, he wins. Playoffs have been a different story. I'll worry about the playoffs when we get to the playoffs. We just got to get close to the playoffs first. Last couple of years, 4 wins, 5 wins. No, I don't want that anymore. I want double-digit wins. I want playoffs. When you get in the playoffs, anything's possible. So I'm in on McCarthy. I do. And Patrick agrees. He's saying thanks. Thank you, Patrick. Lion Coffee, go check out Patrick. He helps us out here. It keeps us caffeinated with some great coffee over there in Hawaii. Jody, let's do our segment that I like doing on the juice each week. That when we had the morning juice, we had a different name, but this is we named it Smoked. And these are teams that got pretty much blown out, and we have a little fun with this one. So my first smoke, and let me get the graphic up there for us, Jody. Bear with me. It's my first time doing this. And let's find we're going to go with the New York Jets. Lose to Buffalo Bills. You ready, Jody? 35-8. The Jets traveled up to Buffalo and were affected by the elements. The lake effect, snow, grounded those planes. And as they were grounded in a 35-8 loss to the Bills, Mitchell Trubisky, not Josh Allen, goes 22 for 29 in this one with 4 touchdowns, 259 yards. That Mitchell Trubisky, who was picked number 2 by the Bears many years ago, and Ray Davis, not James Cook, ran for 151 yards in this one. As for the Jets, they're traveling they're traveling to the off season and looking forward to maybe getting their quarterback of the future of the draft. And the Bills will be facing in the wild card this weekend a tough matchup versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2 teams going in opposite directions, Jody. Any thoughts on either of these 2 teams?
I think the Jets are in a lot of trouble. They have a lot of holes on that team. And an interesting stat I did hear, I think they're the first team I think I heard ever not to have 1 interception the whole season. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's a very good point there. 0 interceptions for the whole season.
The Jets Glenn,
I think I move on from him. I do.
The Jets are a perfect example of why I hope VJ is if Denver's going to lose Vance Joseph, I hope he's smart where he goes and it's not just take another head coaching position, because you can find yourself in a position like this. And was it worth it for 1 fat year of payday when you could stay in Denver and, just keep building your resume and, get to the point where you're going to pick where you want to go?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let's move on to our second smoke team. We'll do these next two quick because I want to get into the rest of our agenda here. Titans smoked by the Jaguars. Jaguars are heading into the playoffs with the 3 seed, while the Titans are going to be picking number 2 two. No, I'm sorry, number three in this draft. Number four. Number four in this draft. The Titans, after Cam Ward's rookie year, not too many weapons to throw to. Gets hurt in this one, Jody, and the Jaguars attacked early and often behind Trevor Lawrence, 255 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Parker Washington leading the way for the receivers, 87 yards on a touchdown. They had a pick 6 in this one, Anthony Johnson. And as for the Titans, after they lost Cam Ward early in the battle, the rest of the Titans forgot to use their swords and shields in this one. And the Titans hold the number 4 pick in the draft, and Jaguars are going to enter as the 3 seed, and a dangerous 3 seed, if you ask me.
Yeah, those probably them or Houston. Probably, I mean, Houston's on a 9-game winning streak, but the Jags, this is what I don't remember if they scored 30 on Indy, but they had like 7 or 8 games in a row of 30-plus points. They're playing well, and Trevor Lawrence has finally found it, it looks like, because, I mean, at some point, I mean, in this day and age, for him to get as long as he did is kind of rare. But I'm thinking that they're glad they stuck with him, because he's really, I mean, he's balling, he throwing the ball, running the ball. I mean, they're a scary team. Luckily, Denver's not going to have to play them till the AFC title game. So if they both make it that far, I think Denver would welcome them, just for some of the off the field, small market stuff that they've been running. I think that would be some motivation for Denver. But yeah, they're a scary team. So, and the Titans, I'm not really sure where they're going. You're going to have to get a head coach that can come in here and develop Cam Ward. I don't think he had a horrible rookie season, but I don't think it was anything great. I think he had 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, like 3,700 yards. But like you said, he doesn't have – who are his playmakers?
Yeah, none.
He doesn't have any. So
no.
You got to get him some playmakers. You got to build that O-line, and you got to get somebody that, you know, that's committed to working with him and getting him developed.
Absolutely. I'm going to throw one more smoke team in the mix here. Then we probably won't hear about these teams again until the playoffs. And that's going to be the Miami Dolphins getting smoked by the New England Patriots, who are going to be the number 2 seed in the playoffs. Patriots win this one 38-10. And Patriots behind their MVP candidate, Drake May, 14 for 18, 191 and a touchdown. But the run game, Jody, 4 touchdowns from the running backs. Ramondre Stevenson, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns, and their rookie, Travion Henderson, 2 touchdowns, 53 yards. Defense added 4 sacks. Patriots head into the playoffs and a very dangerous 2 seed, and the Dolphins will search for some new tricks down at SeaWorld in the offseason. So let's see what happens with the Dolphins in the offseason, as McDaniel looks safe, but you know, where are they going to head to in the offseason? Tua doesn't look like he's going to be the quarterback there. Maybe Kirk Cousins could be in play. We'll see. But, yeah, so Dolphins get smoked here. Patriots head into with the AFC playoffs as the 2 seed, Jody.
The Dolphins are the wildest thing to me. I don't understand what they're doing with Mike McDaniel. I definitely would be moving on from him if I were in charge, but they don't have a GM there. So, to me, they're doing it backwards. I mean, you're going to bring in a GM that's not going to pick his head coach. So, I mean, they're doing things backwards there. And then what are you doing with Tua? Yes, they benched him at the end of the season, but is Ross, is he the owner of the Dolphins? Is he willing to eat this kind of money like Sean Payton was able to talk Walton Penner Group into eating? Denver has the richest owners in the NFL. The Dolphins do not. So, I mean, I'm going to be interested to see that. Is he going to be willing to eat that kind of money on Tua's contract, because it's a big contract like Russ's was. So
Yeah,
that's going to be interesting to me. And what they do with this GM search, I mean, they've brought in Troy Aikman to, I don't know what his title is or what, but he's evaluating and doing different things. I mean, Dan Marino's like half in, half out. What is he? Are they going to bring him in full time? What are they going to do? I mean, there's a lot of just weird stuff happening down there. It reminds me of a lot of when Denver didn't have an ownership group and you had Joe Els running things, wanted one thing, and John Elway wanted a different thing, and there was no really direction.
Yeah. Let's get a hello in, and I'm going to throw another juice it up cheers for Mr. Michael Ronquillo, who's given us 100 stars, saying good evening, Kenny and Jody, on the juice. Go Bo Broncos, blue and orange hearts with the salute. And juice it up for you, Michael. A little blueberry smoothie here for me tonight. Going a little healthier these first few days of the new year as a resolution. So we got a little healthy smoothie going tonight. And thank you, Michael, again for the stars. Jody, let's get into some playoff talk. We talked about the Broncos early, but they have the bye. In the NFC, the Seahawks are going to hold the bye. So those two teams, congratulations to both of them. Teams for having the bye and getting the 1 seed, and a very important 1 seed. But real quick, before we do that, Jody, I want everybody to know. Please check out our sponsor for tonight's show, Morgan Trinkets. Morgan Trinkets will cover you for all your Southwest jewelry, pottery, and estate gold at wholesale prices. Go to Morgan Trinkets Co. on Etsy today and go check out all the stuff that Miss Pearl has to put out there for everybody. Thank you, Miss Pearl, for sponsoring all the shows on Rocky Mountain Sports Network. We truly appreciate you and the support you give our shows. But let's get into some NFL playoff talk, Jody. It's a little bracket for everybody. There we go. Again, I said the Broncos and Seahawks had the bye. Phil's got a question for us, so let's hit that one. Let's pick that game first, Jody, and we'll answer Phil's question along the way. Do the Chargers beat the New England Patriots? And there's the real quick. There's Phil's. We'll pick that one first, Jody. So give me your thoughts on that one.
I'm going to say no, and only because just how beat up they are. The Chargers have a really good defense, and I think they will keep it close. But ultimately, when you're down to your third and fourth string tackles, the Patriots, can get after the quarterback a little bit and, just keep hitting Herbert, and eventually that's going to wear on him, and that's going to be the ultimate doing for the Chargers is this O-line, how beat up it is.
I'm going to be different because I like to cause drama. I'm going to say they beat the Patriots, and here comes the rematch from Sunday where the Chargers didn't play anybody. You're going to get their starters in 2 weeks. Chargers are going to beat the New England Patriots. When I look at the two teams, I look at a Chargers team that has had a hard traveling schedule this year. And I look at the team in the Patriots, who they said had the easiest schedule of the year. Give me the Chargers in this one in an upset. And in week 2, head to Denver for a great AFC West matchup in the divisional playoffs. So I'm going to be different than Jody on this one, Phil. And I'm going to say they do get the win, the upset. That's going to be the upset of the weekend is the Chargers over the Patriots. Well, we got some more, Jody. Let's just go right as I see it on our bracket there. And Keith, thank you for the graphics tonight. Keith not with us tonight, but Keith did all work on the graphics, and a great job, Keith. Thank you so much. Let's pick the Monday night game, Texans versus the Steelers, Jody. Steelers ended up beating the Ravens because of a missed field goal by Tyler Loop, 44 yards, get into the playoffs as the 4 seed. Who do you like in this one?
I think I'm going to go Houston. Houston, if Denver doesn't, Houston's got the best defense in football. And I'm not really sure where Pittsburgh is at. They got pretty lucky to get in. And this defense, the way they were getting after Herbert, I mean, I can see the same thing getting after Rodgers like that. He can't move, and so I'm going to go Houston.
Michael's going New England over the Chargers, Houston over the Steelers. I'm going Houston over the Steelers as well. You have the number 1 defense in football, and you're not going to lose in week 1, in my opinion, in the playoffs. Steelers got, I don't want to say they got lucky, but they got lucky. 44-yard field goal. NFL kickers are supposed to make that, so I had no problem with John Harbaugh doing what he did at the end of the game. 44-yard field goals is like an extra point in today's NFL. He missed that field goal. DK Metcalf is back for the Steelers, but Tomlin in the playoffs lately has not been the Tomlin that gets you 9-win seasons. Tomlin has struggled in the playoffs lately. Texans are hot. I think the Texans get this one as well. Phil's on with Houston, so we got everybody in on Houston on that one. This one I think is going to be a little mixed bag here, Jody. I think this could be the game of the week. The number 3 Jacksonville Jaguars, winners of the AFC South, hosting the number 6, dangerous number 6 Buffalo Bills, Jody.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is probably the game of the week. This is the one that I'm most interested to watch. But I mean, no Pat Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson, no Joe Burrows. I mean, it's right there for Josh Allen. The quarterbacks that have kept him out in the past, they're not here, and he's got the best running game in the NFL, which is one half of what you need to, win in the playoffs. But the other half, he doesn't have. Their defense is bad. It's really bad. And can they stop this explosive offense at Jacksonville? So it's a coin flip for me. If I was going to lean one way, I think I would lean Buffalo, but I don't know yet. I don't have a good read on this game yet.
This is a tough one, and our juicers are got a 50-50 as well. As Phil's likes Buffalo, Michael likes Jacksonville. I'm going to lean Jacksonville in this one, and I got some friends that are Buffalo Bills fans, and they're going to, if they're watching, they're not going to be talking to me, but I'm nervous about Josh Allen. I don't know if he's 100%, Jody. I'm not alone right there. If he's not 100%, Anthony Campanile, name to watch for in the future, head coach. Know his brothers personally, high school coaches in New Jersey, royalty, high school championship after championship. He was the Miami Dolphins linebacker coach last year, went over to Jacksonville this year as the D coordinator. He's going to attack Josh Allen. Josh Allen may be more hurt than people think, and that ankle may bother him in this one. And watch out for the field. It rains a lot there in Jacksonville this time of the year. Watch out for a sloppy field, which would definitely favor Jacksonville as well, in my opinion. I'm going Jacksonville, but this is a coin flip for me as well, Jody. So, but I'll take Jacksonville if I had to pick a team here. Let's move to the NFC. Top one here, number 5 seed, LA Rams. Get Devontae Adams back. Big player to be back. Big name coming back this week. Traveling to the Carolina Panthers, the 8-9 Carolina Panthers, backdoor their way into the playoffs. Congratulations to the Carolina Panthers hosting a playoff game. This is what I don't like about football. You want to put a division winner in with an 8-9 record? Fine, I'm okay with that. But they should be number 7 seed. They should not be a number 4 seed with that record. The Rams are a much better team in this one, in my opinion, Jody. I'm going to go first and quick on this one. Rams all day. Rams win by double digits in this one. I don't care. It's in Carolina. This game's not going to be close. Rams will have it over by the third quarter.
I think I'm leaning the same way. This is the biggest spread of the weekend. I think last I seen was 12.5. But keep one thing in mind: Carolina in the regular season did beat the Rams, so they've shown they can do it. But I think, like you said, getting Devontae Adams back is huge, and I think this was the favorite up until about 3 or 4 weeks ago when they went on this little slide. But I'm going to go Rams and probably, like you said, double digits.
Yeah, Phil's going Rams. Michael's going Rams. Michael also alluding to Josh Allen being 0-4 on the road in the AFC playoffs. Could be 0-5. And that would not be then you start questioning Josh Allen. You're going to question other people in the playoffs. You have to start questioning Josh Allen if he can't win a game on the road.
I will add one thing. That is a real stat, but I think I did see 3 of the 4 losses were in Kansas City. So, yeah. I mean, that guy's not in the playoffs this year. So
True. We'll see, because that could be a dangerous team. If they get by Jacksonville, watch out for Buffalo for sure. Right below that, a good 3-6 matchup here as Philadelphia hosting San Fran. Philadelphia, Jody, and Juicers decided to surprisingly sit all their starters, minus Devontae Smith, who needed, I think, 20-something yards for 1,000. And once he got that early in the first drive, they benched him. With a chance to be the 2 seed, Jody, in my opinion, this could be a big mistake, as now they're facing the 49ers as opposed to them facing Green Bay in the first round. And if they were to get far into the playoffs, they're not going to have a home game, because it will probably be Seattle or the Rams up on top of that, up there at top. So big mistake in my opinion, as you're probably not going to see the home field advantage come not the Rams, I'm sorry, Seattle or the Bears. You're not going to have the home field advantage if over a couple of these teams. I think it was a big mistake. And I'm going to take the 49ers. I know they didn't show up against Seattle, but they've been hot all year. And the Eagles have me worried. I'm taking the 49ers here. And maybe it's a little because I'm a Giants fan, but I don't like what I'm seeing from the Eagles. And they have me worried. 49ers, upset of the week in the NFC.
Yeah, I agree with you, because even if they manage to get by San Francisco, they're probably looking at the Rams next. Their path got much harder, being the 3 over the 2. And I'm with you. I don't know what's going on there. We've seen this a couple of years ago. They just fall apart for some reason. I mean, they're the Super Bowl champs for a reason, but just to fall off like they have and just some weird things are going on there. I mean, you got the best running back in football, and because you got a diva wide receiver, you just don't run the football. Even the tush push, it's not working as much as it has in the past. There's just the vibe is just, in my opinion, is just not there. And I think I'm going to lead San Francisco as well. They've got the major coaching advantage with Kyle Shanahan too. So,
like that. And one more fun little fact here: Sirianni sitting all the starters. Apparently, I heard a crazy stat. I was watching the game. It was the game on here in Maryland, so I couldn't watch the Broncos live. They're the healthiest team in the NFL by far. I think a crazy, 10 injuries less than their next closest team to them. So what are you worried about? Everybody's healthy. Play your starters, even if it was for a half. Get a 2-touchdown lead. And Josh Johnson ain't going to come back from 2 touchdowns down. I as a Giant fan, hope this bites them in the you-know-what. So,
yep.
as a Giants fan. I hope the 49ers get them this week. And instead of the 49ers, they could have had the Packers if they decided to play their starters. So go San Francisco. I am pulling for you. Our last one's a good one, an NFC North matchup here in the first round, Jody. I like when you get these in the first round. Chicago Bears. And they're, maybe they should be called the Chicago Cats because they have 9 lives this year. And they came back against the Detroit Lions to secure the 2 seed on Sunday. And Green Bay Packers get in as the 7 seed. Banged up, of course, no Micah Parsons. Jordan Love had the concussion. But they still get in as the 7 seed, Jody. And this is an NFC North matchup. Did the Bears use all their lives in the regular season? Or does Ben Johnson have some more magic here in this one to get through the first round?
I think he has some more magic, and I think Green Bay used all their lives. I think Denver broke them when they played a few weeks ago. They definitely broke Micah Parsons, and he's out. I don't know how healthy Jordan Love is. I mean, he's coming off the concussion. He hadn't played in like 3 weeks. I think they're just reeling. Josh Jacobs hasn't been healthy. He's been on a snap count. I'm not really in love with the Bears, but they do one thing that you need to do in the playoffs, and they can run the football. So, and like you said, Ben Johnson, he's got Caleb Williams playing much better than what he was last year. So I'm gonna go Chicago here.
Oh, and by the way, the Lions fired their offensive coordinator today after 1 year. So they're already, I think in trouble. I think Ben Johnson was reason for much of that success there, and we're seeing it with Chicago. I'm going to say they got one more life, and they're going to advance as well, Jody. I think they're going to have a little too much. I think that Chicago, those fans are true NFL fans. They'll be there no matter what the weather is. They'll be there. They're there when their team is bad, and they've been bad for many years. So it's good to see the Chicago Bears back in the playoffs and hosting a game up there in Chicago, because those are some loyal fans up there. And that is going to be probably, if I had to look at all these games on the board here, this is going to be the loudest of all the games this week. Couple picks. We had Phil going 49ers and Michael going Eagles, and Phil's going Bears. I'm going Bears. Not sure which way Michael's going yet, but let's do this, Jody.
Can I add one thing real quick? You mentioned the Lions OC. He came from Denver last year, and I really hope that Vance Joseph and Davis Webb use this to look into the future. Just don't go get an advancement job just for the extra money, because he's already gone after 1 year. So was it worth it leaving what he was building and different things, and he's out after 1 year? I hope that these guys don't just, if Davis Webb wants to just call plays right away, that he just takes the first OC gig he gets and nothing pans out right. I hope that they're smart enough to say, I need to put myself in a better position before I go.
Yeah. Michael's saying the Packers, if they lose, the Bears are going to fire their coach, and he's taking the Bears. If the Packers lose to the Bears, they're going to fire LaFleur. Bears over Packers.
I was going to ask you that on Buffalo. Do you think McDermott is gone if he loses this round?
I would. Because, like Michael alluded to, Josh Allen's 0-4 in the playoffs, but so is Sean McDermott on the road. Sean McDermott, yeah. Especially with like a Kevin Stefanski out there.
Especially as wide open
as the offensive side of the ball. Yes.
Yep, especially as wide open as it is.
Yep.
The top 3 quarterbacks in the AFC are not in it.
Yep.
And you get bounced in round 1. With an MVP quarterback, that's going to be a tough sell to say, let's rewind it and bring it back.
Let's do this, Jody. I didn't do this in the agenda. I forgot to add this to the agenda. But since we're talking playoffs, we got to get our Super Bowl predictions in now. I'll go first since my team's the Giants, and I don't have a team in the playoffs. I said it Denver Bronco Roundup. I said it on other shows I'm on, said it on here. Broncos defense is going to get the Broncos to the Super Bowl. Bo Nix, be a game manager, make a few plays. This is the year you do not have Patrick Mahomes. You do not have Joe Burrow. You do not have Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. Look at the quarterbacks. CJ Stroud. I'll go down below that. An old 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers. A banged up Josh Allen. A Trevor Lawrence who's having a career year. Justin Herbert who's hurt with his wrist. And Drake May, a rookie, a second-year quarterback, first time in the playoffs. The road leads through Denver. Denver will be going for the trophy in the AFC. On the NFC side, it's wide open. I know the Seahawks are a tough place to play, and they're going to have a huge home field advantage there, but they're going to have probably a tough second-round matchup, and I think the Rams are going to upset the Seahawks there. So the Seahawks are going to be out. I will say this. My prediction is going to be the Rams, but if the Eagles beat the 49ers, watch out where they may get momentum. I'm going to say Denver, LA. It's Denver's year. It's Denver's year. I'm going Denver. Defense wins championships. Go Broncos. Just got the chills. Think it's going to happen. Good luck, everybody. I hope to see you guys in the Super Bowl. I got some stars from Michael. I'll get right after Jody's prediction. Oh, I'm going to give you a dark horse in each one. I will say my dark horse in the AFC is going to be Houston because they do play defense as well. And my dark horse in the NFC is going to be if San Francisco beats Philadelphia. They may make a deep run. I'm going to go San Francisco.
I'm with you on Denver. The only thing that really has got me kind of worried with Denver, well, two things. Can Sean Payton really commit to running the football? And will Sean Payton commit to, if Dobbins is not back, will he commit to using the hot hand? And if that means, sorry, RJ Harvey, you're on the bench. I mean, Jaleel, he's averaging 5.1 on the season. He was running good against the Chargers, and then we just stopped using him. I think Sean Payton has got to take a deep look in the mirror, and he's the freshest running back you have, and whether you think he's the future or not, I mean, he's your most experienced running back if Dobbins isn't back, and if you can get 5.1 in the playoffs, Denver's going to the Super Bowl with this defense. So can he commit to that? Because I don't like the formula of Bo throwing 45-plus times. And then I'm kind of with you on the NFC side. I think it'll be the Chargers or the Rams. I just like Stafford. I think having Devontae Adams back is huge. And I'm kind of with you, too. If the Eagles do get past San Francisco, they're the champs for a reason. They've been there, done that. I think they're going to be a hard out for whoever gets them in the second round. So that's kind of the wild card. And then I guess dark horses for me, I'm with you, Houston defense. They remind me, I mean, they're a mirror image of Denver. They're streaky on offense. They don't run the ball well. CJ Stroud in his third year, he's kind of hit or miss sometimes like Bo Nix is, but an elite defense. And then on the NFC side,
you could say Panthers. I'm kidding.
On the NFC side, I guess I'll go Eagles. It's hard to say the defending champs are a dark horse, but just the way that they've been playing lately, they have not looked good. And if they can just, get this one win and get it rolling again, I think they're going to be a hard out for whoever they get. So,
yeah. All right, Jody, I want to get Michael. Michael's given us another 100 stars. I want to juice it up for Michael once again. Broncos have the third best odds to win the Super Bowl, 60. And I think, right, Michael, Seattle, and who's number 2? Is it the Eagles, Michael?
I think the Rams were
Rams. The Rams are going to be tough because they got Devontae Adams back. That's a big one. But cheers to you, Michael. Juice it up. Thank you for the stars, my friend. Everybody's friend, Michael Ronquillo. Jody, we're up on the clock. I want to do one more thing. We are a football show. College football semifinals are here. Final four. Here's the college football playoff. Let me, sorry, it's the first time on this platform here, so just bear with me. There we go. Okay, so our final four, Jody, are number 1, Indiana, number 1 seed Indiana, the 5 seed Oregon Ducks, the 10 seed Miami Hurricanes, and the 6 seed Ole Miss Running Rebels. Thursday is our first matchup, the Fiesta Bowl. My favorite team, the Miami Hurricanes, barely sneak in the playoffs, have to travel to Texas A&M. They did their job there. They get the defending champs, Ohio State Buckeyes. Nobody gave them a chance. Took care of business there. They get Ole Miss, who beat Tulane. Everybody knew they were going to beat Tulane, but then they go and beat the powerhouse rival Georgia Bulldogs, Jody. Who do you like in this one? Miami Hurricanes versus Ole Miss Fiesta Bowl.
I'm going to start off with the committee got it very wrong putting Alabama in. I just am going to say that as a sour grape. But Miami deserved to be in this playoff. This is where the committee, I think, was a joke again. It never should have been close for them. They shouldn't have had to backdoor their way in like they did at the very last. They're playing good football right now. They've got the most experienced quarterback in Carson Beck. And Mario Cristobal, he's built this team right. He's built it from the inside out. And if you want to see the exact opposite, go watch CU Buffs, who built it from the outside in. And it doesn't work that way. So I'm leaning Miami. But I would like to see Ole Miss just for the fact of I think Lane Kiffin did them dirty. And I think it is hilarious to watch Ole Miss make this deep run without Lane Kiffin, just to show that we didn't need to pay that kind of money for this.
No.
Good luck, LSU. You spent all sorts of money and to get rid of Brian Kelly and then bring, this circus show in, and we can win without him. So, but I think I'm leaning Miami. They're doing everything that you need to do right. And they have an elite pass rusher that, is getting after quarterbacks. So I'm leaning Miami.
If Miami wasn't in this position as a Miami Hurricane fan, I'd be rooting for Ole Miss because of the Lane Kiffin situation. But hats off to Ole Miss for getting 2 victories and big one over Georgia. But when I look at this, Miami's got more guys, in my opinion, that are going to be in the NFL first-round picks and in the NFL next year playing on teams, meaningful on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. I don't see too many Ole Miss players mentioned early in the draft. Also, our freshman, Tony, watch out for him. Stud, true freshman receiver. You mentioned the edge rusher, Ruben Bain. On the other side of the ball, Amador. These two wreak havoc. They got through to Ohio State guys, and they got through to Texas A&M. They're going to get through, and they're going to get to the Ole Miss quarterback, Trinidad Chambliss. On the offensive side of the ball, you said Carson Beck. Watch out for Francis Managua, the right tackle. Reminds me of Penei Sewell, the all-pro stud lineman from the Lions. This guy is an All-American. He is going to he's going to get to the second level on run blocks, on pass blocking. He's going to protect Beck. Miami wins this game. Going to be close. Field goal game, 24-21, 27-24-ish. Miami's going to advance to the final. Let's move on to the big one.
Can I ask you? I got a couple quick questions for you.
Yeah, let's try and make them quick.
I'll make them quick.
Overtime.
Do you think Miami relies too much on, was it Malachi Tony? If he was to go down, do they rely on him too much?
It's a good question. I'm going to say they have other pieces that they can rely on. I think he'll be okay. I think if they try and take Tony out of the game, I think Fletcher, the running back, will take over, and their secondary receivers and tight ends will get involved. Miami always has a good tight end, and I think they'll try and get the tight end involved in this one for the Hurricanes.
And then I had one more quick one. Do you find Michael Irvin's antics on the sideline, do you find them funny, or do you find them, kind of embarrassing for a 50-some-year-old man, the way he goes like he's on coke or something?
I have no problem with him being at the games. Ray Lewis was there. You show him once, I'm okay with it, but it's when you show somebody 10 times a game. Just like Jerry Jones. I don't need to see Jerry Jones 10 times. I don't need to see Taylor Swift 50 times. I don't need to see Michael Irvin a dozen times. Show him once. He's out there on the sidelines. He supported this team all year, and that's it. I don't need to see every time a play is made. Let's show Michael Irvin. Show the players. They're the ones out on the field laying it all on the line. Michael Irvin isn't anymore. I don't need to see him 10 times a game.
Are his actions are they authentic, do you think, or are they hyped up for the camera?
A little. It's going to be a little hyped up for the camera. They know they're on camera, but he's a Hurricane. We haven't been there in a while, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he's supporting them. Let's move on to the final game here, and then next week we'll have our finals picks. By the way, Michael's got Hurricanes over Ole Miss, Indiana over Oregon. Indiana wins it all. Number 1 against number 2 here, arguably in this year's draft. It's going to be great to see them both perform. Indiana has been unstoppable all year. Totally destroyed Alabama. Beat Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship. Beat Oregon in Oregon. Now they play in the Peach Bowl, neutral site. Oregon comes in, huge, surprising shutout win against Texas Tech after giving up 33 to James Madison the week before. This one's tough. But like Michael said, I think I got to go Indiana over Oregon here. And we'll have our finals picks next week. But I think Indiana, Mendoza's the real deal. And I think Mendoza solidifies himself as the number 1 pick in the draft in this game here. And I think they win by 10 points. I was going to say 34-24 in this one, Jody.
I think this game is going to be really close. It's wild to watch what both of these coaches have done. Oregon has always been known for, throwing the ball all over the field and different things. And Dan Lanning, he's turned this team around just like Miami did. He's built it from the inside out. And they have NFL defensive linemen and offensive linemen, and that's going to be hard to stop. But like Signetti said, Google me. All he does is win. I've really seen him once in 2 years get really his brakes blown off, and that was by Notre Dame last year in the playoffs. The way he dominated Alabama, they beat Ty Simpson up all day to the point that he was hurt and had to leave the game. They're for real on both sides. A lot of these guys are from JMU, which is wild as well. I think it's going to be close, but I'm leaning Indiana. Indiana, Miami is what I think you'll see in the championship game.
I'm with you. We'll do our picks next week. Jody, hopefully you'll be with me next week. Jody's going to be co-hosting with me for a little bit here as long as he can make the Tuesday nights. But we'll definitely have the picks next one way or the other. We'll get Jody's pick next week if he is with us live, or if we get it in the comments. We'll get Jody's pick. But Jody, let's get some final words and thoughts of the night before we sign off and say goodnight to everybody and headed into Wild Card Weekend.
On the NFL side, I'm excited. There's some big time matchup this weekend. As a homer, I'm excited to see who Denver's going to play next week. Denver, get rested up. You should have Greenlaw back and ready for the playoffs. You should have Franklin Myers back and ready for the playoffs. And I've kind of been leaning this way for a while. I keep hearing AFC title game, but if you're ready to go AFC title game, what's 7 days? Really? When you may not make it to the title game. I have a hunch that JK, that you see, and it's probably on a low snap count, but you see J.K. Dobbins in this first playoff game. And I'm excited for it. The place gets loud. You can see it on the screen when it's loud. The cameras are shaking. The announcers have mentioned it. You worked all year to get this home field advantage and get this advantage, so take advantage of it. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this. And then on the college side, games-wise, I'm excited to see what happens, but there's a lot wrong with college football. I mean, you got the portal window opening right in the middle of the playoffs. You've got guys hitting the portal that are, backups and playing in
Coaches
the playoffs.
leaving.
You got coaches leaving.
Yeah.
You got top recruits like Nick Marsh. He's signing with Indiana. I mean, it's ridiculous. Wait till the playoffs are over till this is done. I mean, how can you be focused on the playoffs and trying to go, and you're already focused on 2027 season? It's ridiculous.
It is, Jody. And you know what else is ridiculous about the college football? Real quick, I'll say, we all know Kurt Valenti, our good friend Kurt. He told me today that, do you believe that Dante Moore's camp is hinting at him staying in college next year so he doesn't have to play with the New York Jets? The number 2 pick in the draft. You're not going to get any higher.
Right.
And just collect your NIL money next year because you're going to make, 4 or 5 million NIL and take your chances on who has that pick next year. You can be number 1 or number 2. Because remember, Arch Manning's coming out next year. So you're not going to be – how much higher can you move? You're not going to move to number 1. You may even move further down.
That's what I mean. Your draft stock's not getting any better. But
to not play with the Jets, they may sit out and play another year in college and collect NIL. So that's a problem for me, and that would definitely be the Jets' luck, in my opinion. But my final thoughts as a Giant fan, I'm excited that John Harbaugh's available. I'm semi-excited that Kevin Stefanski's available. Those are the 2 guys now. Both got released. Go get one of them 2 and bring them in. Giants will have some discipline. I think we can go places. We got a chance to be this year's Patriots next year. We got the number 5 pick in the draft. Going to get a top player in this draft, and we'll go on from there. As for everybody that came in and said hello and hung out with us, I want to thank them. And I want to thank our sponsor, Morgan Trinkets. I want to thank Michael and Phil and for the stars. I want to thank Patrick, Adam, Keith. Thanks you for helping me out with the graphics, doing the first one on my own so you can have a night off, a well-deserved night off, my friend. Other people that came in, Clayton, I think I was out there. Trying to think of some others. I don't want to miss anybody, Jody, so I'm going to scroll up. I got myself in it now. I got to find everybody that joined us now. We had Captain come in earlier and say hello. Clayton, Adam and Kayla, and Phil and Michael and everybody else. We're going to be doing this every Tuesday night. We're back. Happy New Year's, everybody. And, of course, like we always do on the juice it up, everyone. I want to say, and one more thank you to my co-host tonight, Jody. Thanks for filling in. Appreciate you as always. Jody, Denver Bronco Roundup, Wednesdays and Sundays post-game show. See you later, everybody. Juice it up.